G'day everyone, welcome back. So to start off with, I need to pick up all the garnet that I've used blasting the forward head, and we need to sift it to make sure there's nothing that's going to clog up the bottom of the blasting pot and get it ready to reuse. So let's get to that. Managed to get all the sand up that was blasted and fell into the ground here. So it was all covered in sand everywhere. Still a couple little spots, but there's got some oil in them. I don't want to pick that up. So that room is all done, and we've got a lot of holes throughout the boat for screwing timbers in. I need to plug those holes up, so I've got some aluminium tape. It's going to be hard to blast through this tape. I'm going to clog up all these holes, and then I've got this bit of rubber here, and I'm going to put that over the door, so when I'm blasting in this room, all the dirty sand doesn't go into our nice clean room. So it's probably not going to hold up 100%, but it's going to be enough to make it not that big a job to clean up in there afterwards. So just had a bit of drama, but all good now. I had a ball valve here, which is this one, and we got a couple of blowouts. One on that side, and also a big blowout on that side. So as you can see, all up there and all down the side, just had massive fountain of garnet, and at first I couldn't figure out what was going on. I turned the blaster on and it looked like there was sand coming everywhere, but it wasn't coming out the nozzle and blasting it where I wanted it to go. It was just raining sand. So yeah, I had a blowout there, had to run down to the shops, get a new one. So hopefully now we're back into blasting. Alright, back at the boat for another day's work. Last time I was here, I got all the walls done, Okay, that's the door going into the forward head. All this wall's done, all around here's done, all this is done. I got the bed frames done, they're still covered in garnet, but all the mill scales off the bed frames. I've got to do a little bit more from underneath, but that's alright, we'll do that when I do the floor. So what is left is just the roof. I think I've already done that combing most of it. The roof and the floor is left to do today. So I'm going to get stuck into cleaning up all this garnet again, so it's up on the deck drying. Once all that's up, fire up the blaster again and continue getting all this roof and floor cleaned up today. So day 3 or 4 at the boat, can't seem to remember which one I'm up to at the moment. It's been a while since I've been at the boat. We've got all the flooring done, all the walls done. So it's looking good for painting. It feels nice, like if I run my hand over this, this is really grippy. Like you can really feel how sharp the paint is. So that's gonna bond really nice to that surface. All the bits that I've gone through the undercoat, they're going to be rusting up a little bit, but that's all fine. I've just got the roof to do in this room now. This has all got dew on it. Obviously if there's dew on paint, you can't paint on dew. But we're not painting today, so that's alright. But yeah, that's why you can't really paint in the morning. You gotta wait until the humidity's gone, all the dew is gone, surface temperature rises. So yeah, that's all good. We're getting to it. So let's get the roof done today, and that'll finish this room off. We've had some bad weather at the moment. It's got, we just had 3 days of rain, and we're in the middle of our summer. So it's been a really cold and wet summer this year, but we're pushing on. I'll at least get this whole boat blasted, and then we might have to wait for a good weather window to paint. I'm going to try and spray it with a pressure spray in one hit. We'll give that a go. The roller seems to be a very expensive way of doing it. It's going on thin, so I'm going to do multiple coats. But let's get to blasting the roof. First up, I've got to get all the old sand from the last blast up on the deck out there, so I can start drying out, because we finally got a little bit of sun. It's only like 23, 24 degrees today. So it's not a hot day, but we'll get that all drying up on the deck. So I've finished blasting in the kids' bedroom now. We're all nice and clean on the walls, nice and grippy. The floor's been blasted. The roof, you see where I've gone through the undercoat and exposed the bare metal in most places. This new steel has all been whipped up. Still got a lot of dust on it. Gonna clean it a few more times before painting. All around the windows done. So this room's ready for painting now. So the next step, I reckon, Well, we might as well get stuck into this big saloon area. So I might move the paint out since I'm not going to paint now until the whole boat's done. I'm going to hire a pressure spray and do everything at once. So there's a fair bit to do in this room. It's going to take a lot of effort. Big windows, all this is new fresh plate that all needs to be blasted properly. All this stuff that has undercoat on it, you know, it's already been blasted before, but having new fresh paint which has mill scale in it all needs a proper blast, and that's all new plate there, all new plate down there, and all new plate up and around there. So hopefully I can get this whole room done in a whole fortnight. I don't really want to prolong the blasting process. No one wants to see it. It's just like the welding. You get to a certain point, it's like, oh my god, this dude's just done welding all his life. So I don't want to do that with the blasting, but you know, it takes as long as it does take. So yeah, let's make a start on this one next week. So I guess that brings us to the end of this fortnight's episode. Yeah, got another room blasted and got more to look forward to, I guess. So let us know how we're going, leave comments, and we'll get back to everyone who does, and we'll see you all in a fortnight. Thanks guys.